Welcome to 2 cents short of a dollar, the show where we give our 2 cents and keep it 100. We're your host. That's Motiz, and I'm Rue. Fight week: Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia going down this Saturday. It's been a lot of antics. Been a long time coming. A lot of people thought Ryan was going to pull out the fight or be carried out in a straitjacket for all the crazy antics, but we're here. It's finally about to go down. And presser today, just tell me your thoughts on the entire landscape of the promotion for the fight.
It seems like both fighters are ready. I mean, Ryan, he has to be on drugs or something. he has to be on that Whitney or something, bro, because he be tripping.
I'm strong. And I'm louder than that whole team. They got like 5 people there. Look how loud. Woo!
He be tripping. I'm starting to think he probably got laced or something is wrong with him.
So looking at Ryan Garcia, and I know he's playing real crazy. I don't think Ryan Garcia is crazy at all. I don't think anything's wrong with him. But I just think he's not good at the role that he's trying to play. For example, I think he's trying to play the villain role a la like a Conor McGregor, right? Like a Conor McGregor. He's trying to, or to use a wrestling term, he's trying to be the heel, right?
Okay, right. The heel, yep.
I just don't think he's good at playing it or good at putting on this character. So it seems extremely weird and extremely uncomfortable. The person who seems the most uncomfortable is Derek James. Like,
bro,
like next to Ryan, Derek is just like, what is going on? But if you look,
is it
Ryan,
only Derek James though that feels uncomfortable? I think everyone is like, no.
I think he's the most uncomfortable.
Oh,
like the most.
Okay.
Because he's not used to this. This is not what he's used to, right? The most boisterous person he usually deals with is Jermell, but Jermell doesn't even act like this. You know what I'm saying? But like even the presser today with Ryan, started talking to somebody else about their mom. I don't know what's wrong with him and people's mom, but you see Derek had to tap him like, yo, chill, like stop. You know what I mean? Because that's not what Derek's used to. But that goes to show you, not all money is good money, Derek. Not all money is good money.
It's sometimes blood money and good money. So I got a question for you, right?
Yeah.
Have you, because this is uncharacteristic like of Ryan Garcia that we've ever seen, but have you ever seen an athlete, right, become a heel to this level?
So to this level, I want to say yes, but has it ever been this weird? No. And I just don't think he's a good. Say? Huh? I think the example I used before. I think Conor really made some people like dislike him. I know he took the UFC popularity to another level, right? So people like them. I'm saying like opponents, some of the fans. Like for example, look when he was about to fight Khabib, like how he was.
So what I mean is like someone that made a transformation midway, even in their prime. Because I think Conor, you are right. He was a heel,
but Conor's been consistently acting.
He's been consistent that way.
Yeah,
right. Someone that made that transformation in his likeness.
So someone, I'm not sure about someone who made that transformation right now, but I'll tell you this. I think the reason why Ryan's making the transformation is because allegedly they're having some issues with the ticket sales. I don't really know what's going on there, but allegedly there's some issue with the ticket sales. But Ryan, keep in mind, it's coming off a monster pay-per-view with Gervonta, right? And I know he fought Oscar Duarte after, but like that wasn't slated to be a huge fight. This is slated to be another big fight now. So it's like, okay, obviously I would think you and I, maybe everybody else we don't think this is going to do the same numbers as the Gervonta fight, but it has to do numbers. It can't fail. So we have to give them something they haven't seen to have them buy in, right? And kind of what we say, you got to convert those casuals. I think that's the big thing, right? You got to convert casuals and have casuals caring. Like even my girl sent me something on Instagram like, yo, like send me this Ryan Garcia thing. Like Ryan Garcia is tripping, and this is not someone who follows boxing. She judges who's going to win the fight based on who she thinks has the better attire and ring walk. You know what I'm saying? so this is no true story. Even in the Errol Spence, she said, yo, Terrence Crawford's BBC, his Billionaire Boy Club outfit goes a little bit harder, and he had the better ring walk. So she said, yeah, I kind of think that guy's going to win. And look, but nevertheless, that's neither here nor there. Yeah. So I kind of just think, to get convert the casuals, I think the diehards are going to watch, but you got to convert the casuals. I don't think you get to 2 million pay-per-view buys without converting casuals. You know what I mean? So I think one of them had to play the villain role, and I think Ryan stepped up and did it. Now, is it super weird? Yes. Would Devin have been better at it? I don't know. But at this point, maybe they should have tried it the other way around.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think this is a hot take here, but I think actually Ryan's antics may have hurt the pay-per-view sales, to be
Yeah.
honest, because people thought maybe he's not gonna make it to the fight, or he's not. I think it actually hurt them. So I don't know if it's like, but to your point, maybe in Ryan's mind, he was probably like, this is the way to sell the fight, and he probably just did it in a stupid way. But I think it actually hurt them, to be quite honest. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, I think when you're trying to sell a fight, you can act like a heel within the realms of fighting, but then when you start kind of going outside of the realms of boxing, then it kind of is like, okay, what's this? What's the reasoning for this?
Yeah.
But time will tell for sure. We'll see what happens after this fight.
So let me ask you this. So they made a bet, right? And I don't think it's a real bet, but it could be.
Oh,
like if Ryan misses weight, or anybody misses weight, you pay $500,000. Does Ryan strike you as someone who's about to miss weight? Like when you look at him?
No, I think he's in shape.
He looks in good shape.
I think he's actually been preparing. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
His workouts look good, right? Like when he gets into working out and hitting pads, all of a sudden all the weirdness goes away.
But because of that, that's why I also think it's so weird. Because I would think someone trolling would try to like come up with like an illusion or facade that he's also not training. He's also to kind of get Devin Haney off of his, game plan. But then the fact that when he's training, he seems laser focused, seems quick.
Yeah.
He seems, just ready to go. His physique is there. So it's kind of like that's what makes it even more weird. I'll be honest.
And okay, and you just mentioned physique. Let me ask you about Devin Haney's physique, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say he's weight drained, right? Because he always, he rehydrates, right? But he always rehydrates and he performs, right?
Yeah.
But doesn't, even at 140, when he's cutting weight, doesn't he look kind of reminiscent of how he looked at 135? Like, how big is Devin Haney really?
Bro, he can fight at welterweight, bro. He's definitely the poster boy of weight, being a weight bully. Him and Benavidez, for sure.
You can see in his face, and I know that's why he's wearing the oversized clothes like that. Like, my man came out there dressed like Blade today, or you know what? What's the dude name from Harry Potter? Snape or something, with like the black.
Oh yeah, with the black. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
He had the shades.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, I mean, obviously we know he's gonna, like, fight night, he's probably gonna come in close to 160. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna rehydrate. But I'm just saying, like, man, it's kind of shocking. Like, how big is this dude, yo? Because Ryan's face doesn't look like that. Ryan looks in very good shape. And I think if Ryan could go down there and make the 136 against Tank, I think he can make this 140, no problem.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think that should be an issue.
Yeah.
So my question to you, because I think ultimately we both are probably on the same page, especially when it comes to the betting odds. Don't go broke out there, fellas. And ladies. I think we both have Devin Haney winning this fight, right? I don't think that's a secret. But do in your mind, how do you see the fight going with Devin Haney winning?
I think he wins. If he wins, it's gonna be a relatively, I think, boring fight.
Okay.
Right. I think it's gonna be kind of like hit, don't get hit. Not to the extent of Shakur Stevenson. I do think in this fight, I think he is gonna take some hits. Not intentionally. I think he's gonna take some hits. But I think, work behind that jab, activity, and then kind of just being observant. I don't think he's gonna take away the left hook to the extent that Tank took it away.
Right.
But he knows it's coming. He's an intelligent fighter, so he's going to do things to avoid it and not let Ryan set it up. Sometimes Ryan doesn't even set it up. It's just so fast it happens. You know what I mean? But I think he's going to work behind the jab, kind of like I said, hit, don't be hit. He's going to move around a lot. Ryan sometimes doesn't have the best feet placement, so I think he's going to move around, not let Ryan kind of like set his feet. So I think if he wins, which I do think he's going to win, I think it's going to be relatively boring. I can tell you this though, if he's really as bold as he says, and he's telling Ryan to meet him in the middle of the ring. If he meets Ryan in the middle of the ring and said, "Let's do this," that's how he can lose the fight.
I agree. Because I think he can't crack his. He's not as fast as Ryan, and Ryan's the bigger puncher. And Ryan, if he has any shot, he wants you to stand there and trade with him. You know, and I agree with you. I definitely think, Devin Haney's definitely gonna use his jab. He's gonna set traps. I think he's gonna definitely be landing that right hand or that cross. I think he'll drop Ryan too, if I'm being honest. I think if Ryan is not careful, I think he's definitely gonna put Ryan down. I think he's gonna put on a clinic. But that's if, and I think Devin Haney is disciplined enough to follow the game plan and stick to the game plan and, start really picking Ryan Garcia apart. I think he will. And the thing about Ryan's not an intelligent fighter. Him fighting Tank Davis showed me that. Just him going out there with a big puncher and just swinging for the fences. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I think he might do the same with Devin, though.
He started doing that against Tank in round 2 when he got a little bit momentum. He never hurt Tank, but he was winning that round, right? He kind of what was surprising to me, it was the physicality, being first out the clinch, right? Kind of pushing Tank off him, and he started winning, but he got too overzealous, right? So let me ask you this: if he gets, let's say, same thing happens with Devin. Like what if they start clinching and he's first out the clinch? Like, how do you think Devin reacts to that situation?
I think Devin is going to kind of expect that. I think him watching the Tank fight, I think he's going to be prepared for it. I think he's going to be prepared for it too. And this is the thing. Ryan is a bigger puncher, but in the clinch, is he physically stronger than Devin Haney? I don't think he is. And I think Ryan can find success initially, but I think as he continues to use the same game plan, I think it's going to open him up for big shots. That's how I see it. So I think it really depends.
Yeah. So I'll say this. I know some people are cold on Derek James right now, right? I still think Derek James is a great trainer. Ryan did not have Derek James in that Tank fight. I know he had Joe Goosen, who's a world-renowned trainer as well. But it looks like some of the mechanics that Derek was working on with him looked kind of different than the training that I saw. This is just going off the public trainings. I don't know what they do behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? And then Derek kind of a more simplistic style, like slow it down in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So that simplistic style and working on some of those fundamentals, that may be, it may be working behind his jab a little better, eliminating that Philly roll. I think those things can take away some of the risk that he puts himself in, right? Me personally, I don't really see Ryan getting dropped in this one. It can happen though. I don't really see it. And then the thing with Devin versus like Regis, right? Regis had short arms and he was just way too slow.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he was short arms and way too slow. I don't think Ryan has the same problem. Obviously, I think Devin's more fundamentally sound, but some of those problems that Devin posed Regis, they just don't apply to Ryan. So I can see Ryan having more success. The thing about Devin is, kind of like in that Jorge Linares fight. I know everybody wants to bring it up, right? No, and it's not even just him getting clipped. It's just sometimes the way he exit exchanges that puts him in that danger. You know what I mean?
When the follow-up 2 punches after he throws or he catches a shot, he kind of, when he's about to throw, he'll drop his hand. And you are right. Ryan is very quick. Linares is pretty quick. So if he can just even time him, but the thing is Ryan Garcia going to throw 3 or 4 punches in bunches? That's the question.
Yeah. And I think it's a fair question. I do think we got a fight on our hands, man. Like, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I think we got a fight on our hand. I think he quickly learned to respect Tank's power. I just don't know if Devin's ever going to make him respect his power to that extent.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. So, but like I said, like you said, I'm still going Devin here. I think Devin's going to win, probably even by unanimous decision, but I don't think it's going to be the blowout a lot of people do think it is. I don't think Ryan's having mental issues. I do not. I think he's just I think he's just bad at selling this fight. I think it should have been sold in the fashion that the Tank fight was sold, just pure animosity and jokes.
Yeah. I 100% agree, and personally me, I do think there's some trolling involved, but I do think there might be something involved, and it's not. I wouldn't say just strictly. I don't want to use the term mental health, right? You know, there's this era, you know, with this victim mindset is terrible nowadays. I'll probably say it may be more curated on drugs, right? I don't know. Maybe he really did get laced, right? But he's definitely trolling here and there. I'm just curious to see the aftermath of the fight and how he acts. You know, that'll say a lot.
If he loses or if he wins, do you think him and Derek James split? Derek, like I said, Derek looks very uncomfortable. He looks very uncomfortable up there.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if Derek James is going to be working with him unless Derek James is in on something that we're not in on.
Yeah.
Right. But it seems like Derek James don't have a clue of what's going on. It seems the only person that's in on it is Ryan. Yes, it looks like Ryan is the only person that has the playing plan to himself. So
yeah.
I don't know if they continue working with each other. I think Derek James may slowly kind of pull out, but then again, who knows? Because you know Derek James need his cheddar. You know, cheddar Bob over there. You know, your man Errol Spence ain't coughing up the bread. Now let me not put no dirt on my man Errol name, but
yeah, I mean, allegedly, and I don't know. We probably never get it. I'm not going to change topics here because this is not about Errol nor Derek. But allegedly, Derek wanted PC on the pay-per-view. I'm not familiar with trainers getting that, but more research needs to be done on my end. But nevertheless, this is about Ryan. It's about Devin. Tell us who y'all got. Jump in the comment section. Who's going to win this fight? How are they going to win it? What happens after the fight is over?
Gotcha. 2 cents short of $1, and we out of here.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe.